Man, how about that? We are live at BCMC 2021, and we are doing some live show walkthroughs. And right now, I am hanging out with Greg from SUCUP. Greg, you and I have met in multiple places throughout the years. Last, I think, was World of Modular. Correct. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what SUCUP is doing here and why you are attending BCMC?
Well, BCMC is a pretty important show for the industry. There's a lot of changes going on in the industry, and we feel a need that we are here with the other component manufacturers and get to know people and start to get some energy back into the industry on a one-to-one basis.
Right. Now, you guys are known for a lot of different parts of the components in the industry. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're here to showcase and also what you're here to learn?
Well, on the learning side, it's going to be interacting with a lot of our industry partners, just getting to know them again, see what they're up against, and see how we might be able to partner with them. So it's very important for that side. Also, from learning from our customers what their challenges are, how we can best help them, I think is quite wise for us. From our side, we've had a great 2019, 2020, 2021 is ending very strong. So we want to get back out in the marketplace and introduce people who don't know us on our cutoff equipment, our framing tables, our lifting systems, our wing systems, and even our new Pontec, which is a fully automated nailing bridge.
Right. One of the things that I love about SUCUP is when we spoke this probably a year ago, you're really good at plugging and playing with other component, manufacturers and industry that's out there, and you have some really unique solutions to do that.
Yeah, we like to say we play nicely with others. So we understand that a lot of our clients have existing pieces of equipment. They have systems, technologies that they're already working with. We play well with them. We can integrate with others, develop systems around what our clients' needs are, and then kind of build from that side. We are a project-based company. So that means that every project is unique. Every situation that gets presented to us is unique in itself, and we have to build around it.
Right. But that's just part of the change of the industry and what's happening in the industry. We're starting to see the innovation. We're starting to see the technology come into it, and SUCUP's leading on that as well.
Yeah, we're going to be announcing in early 2022 with robotics integration. We're going to be partnering some well-known companies in the industry. We're very, very excited about that. So that's going to lead itself out in January 2022.
Robotics, it's a big thing this year, coming into 2022 and 2023. There's a lot of talk about it here at BCMC 2021. Greg, thanks so much for taking a few moments with us.
You're welcome. Great to see you again.
Yeah, stop by and see us. We'll be here for the next couple of days. All right, we're going to journey over on this way here, and we're going to go see Eli. So, Matt, why don't we start going this way, and I'll follow you over. All right, thank you. All right, so everybody can see we're getting a little bit of the show in as we go. All right. Eli, fist bump. What's happening, man? How you doing today?
Great.
All right. So here we are. We're on another side of the show floor. Eli, why don't you introduce yourself and what your company does?
Sure. My name is Eli Gould, and I'm the U.S. representative for QWEB, which is the Quebec Wood Export Bureau. We're a nonprofit, so I'm a lucky guy not selling anything here, but helping to represent the whole wood structure industry. We've got a super varied bunch of manufacturers, from the big guys, Nordic Structures, doing mass timber, down to small mom and pop truss shops. And I work in the U.S. to make sure they have access to markets, code understanding, and I educate architects. And I want to talk about building software too.
Well, let's talk about building software, because you guys have built some software programs that are helping the architects in the mass timber space, right? Or is it mass timber and CLT or the whole thing?
Right across the board. Yep.
Right across the board.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about what that software is and how many architects. You got a lot of architects using it already.
Yeah, we have 350 firms signed up. We are coming out with a nonprofit website so people can use it directly, offsitewood.org. And the software is really designed to help architects who are defaulting steel and concrete understand how to coordinate early. Not going downstream like all the softwares you see here, because we respect what they do. Right. What we're trying to do is bring wood upstream to the architect so they can see it early, make the change, optimize for wood, and then downstream we all get to build it.
How long have you guys been doing this now, Eli?
The software just started 2 years ago. We realized there was a big gap, and really the steel and concrete industries have done a good job for the last 100 years, there are standards. And so in the digital environment, we needed to step in and make that happen, get the loadable components there first. And then we're also going forward with a module which will do carbon calculation. So in competing with concrete and steel, the wood industry does have a much better footprint, and we need to make that quantifiable. So we're doing that as well.
Talk to us a little bit about the value that the architects are receiving by using this software, because in our space, there's not a lot of education when it comes to the offsite industry. So why don't you walk us through why they're using your software?
Well, I mean, for one thing, we built a plugin for Revit, which is free. So the main BIM software by Autodesk has an actual plugin ecosystem. So we built an expensive piece of software that plugs in. They can use it directly. I think the main point is that they don't have much time. They're not here. When they want to introduce the wood option, they need it at their fingertips quickly. So we're really just, a lot of what we're doing is just a catalog that's loadable right there. They also need a little guidance. So we understand our norms and our defaults and how to optimize. They don't always. So we also try to give them some guidance about how to do that right in the app.
So not only with that you're a nonprofit, you're building products to help the industry, but you also do a lot of work in Haiti and other places. Why don't we talk about that? Because I think giving back is so important.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. So we started out in the 2006 Haiti disaster with the realization that wood structures could be a rapidly deployable response. And so we came up with a bunch of engineering and grouped our large we have multiple manufacturers who could team up on small homes and build to a spec that might be USAID, International Red Cross. And we launched that and successfully delivered 6,000 units in rapid order. And that felt so good that we realized that we should do it more. We should re-engineer. The worst thing after to be living in a camp is to have that blow down. So actually engineering that and getting that ready so people can rebuild their lives with some sort of actual dignity turned out to be a really good project. We were recognized by the UN, and we've realized that island logistics and all the climate emergencies that are happening are also a really good way to talk about offsite processes. We can come in and teach and educate, and people feel differently, not just about wood, which is obviously something I love, but you as a process guy can help to understand that in their house, something come in and happen. That's also a good story. So
yeah, well, it is a good story, and it feels good. Always giving back feels good, especially if we can use offsite and more modern methods of construction. So Eli, what has you excited about this show in particular, and what are you seeing so far that really has your brain kind of spinning?
Well, it's obviously after such a long 18 months, it's just awesome to see, it's like a family a reunion where you see people. And I think it's a great time to talk and doing multi-company projects, because all of us are really going to be challenged to meet the needs, and working together is a way better way to do that. So I see it here. SBCA does a great job as an org, and I think the people around here are just happy to see each other and are leaving their old competitive stuff on the shelf, it seems, which is awesome.
Right, and they are, and there's a lot of collaboration. There's a lot of get together. There's bike rides, there's running, there's golfing, and there's no shortage of people participating in any of that. So we are in Omaha, Nebraska, BCMC in 2021. We are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and guess what, Eli?
Great to see you, Dave. Thanks a bunch.
We're live on Twitter too.
All right.
So it was great to see you as well. So why don't we go over this way here? Why don't we follow Jen over here? Get him to walk in front of me. All right, here we go. So, Jen, we're going down this way here. Right. All right. Perfect. Okay. Vertec, here we are. How are you? Good, good. Dave Cooper.
Nice to meet you.
Dean Kirby. Welcome to BCMC 2021. It's been a long time coming to get back to these shows. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, what Vertec does, and why you're here at the show?
Well, we're a precision laser company for industrial fabrication. And so we cover aerospace, industrial situations such as oil rigs or anything like that, handrail systems, and we do prefabricated construction. And we've been doing
So when you say lasers, layout lasers, like I'm seeing the flashing here, I'm not sure that the camera can pick it up. Yeah, maybe you can see that.
If you can see this.
Oh, and they're numbered too, huh?
Yeah, so what we're showing right here is we're actually showing the plate size and the teeth direction of the plate, bearing tags, but we'll show you every aspect of the truss. So your top cord, your bottom cord, all your webs, everything that interacts with it. We also have like a menu system that's on our truss. So we turn around and we use this as little retro reflective material, so they don't have to go back to the computer, because computer could be 120 feet away. So you don't want your workers doing that. You want them at the table. So all you turn around and do is you bring up your menu like that, and then you instantly go back in there like that, and you're off and projecting. And I can change it numerous times, as many times as you want, and I'm right back where I want to be.
So just by using, can I see this?
Yeah.
Just by using this card here, you're able to change what's showing up on the table and where it is, so you can turn things, move things without having to go to a computer.
Yeah, totally like a touch screen. Yeah. Think of it that way. That little card there allows you to be a touch screen right on the table side, and you don't have to go back to the computer at all. Allows you to interface with the complete system,
Which translates into time savings and less wear and tear on employees and more production, right? That's the whole idea. How can we do more with less?
I mean, lasers, at the end of the day, you're going to get 30% more production. If you have no automation right today, we'll actually be pumping out 30% more trusses.
30% more by using a system like this because of not having to run back and forth.
Yep, not running back and forth, being able to lay this all out. No more tape measures. They stay in your pocket or away, or even not even by the table side. If you're pulling out a tape, then you've got a real problem with, your cutting or something like that. So the lasers identify all the quality control aspects of it, verify your cutting, and do your placement of the trusses. So it's quick and easy, very quick to train people, especially in this work environment where we're having people come in, new people coming into the industry. Makes it very simple for them to get up and running and be, efficient right from day one.
So if I'm a manufacturer and I want to update my system, and there's a lot of them out there, what is the process like to update a system like this?
Well, literally for our start and finish of the installation, we can be up and running in one day. We'll take you out of production for one day, right? We'll training you the next day. You're starting to produce and manufacture trusses right away.
So let me do the math on that. So I'm going to increase my output by 30%. I'm going to be down by one day. So by the end of the week, you've already surpassed what you lost in that one day.
That's correct.
All right, good. Well, what has you excited about being here? So you're showcasing your lasers and what you guys do. Is there anything you're seeing at BCMC that has you excited?
Oh, I think definitely. I mean, some of the stuff that our marketing partner, that Mitek, has coming out with the cassettes and, the wall panel activity, because we do have this other product over here, which is, this one is our active track. So what we're able to do, this is on a wall where you would have plumbing and such like this, but what you can turn around and do is you can move this over to, different areas,
Line it up.
and basically, and it'll follow you the whole time.
So that's proprietary, I'm assuming. But how does it do that? Are you putting a label or something on here that allows that to?
These little tags that are around it. You just randomly lay them on, and then you can turn around and you can just move that, and the laser completely follows it. So this almost becomes like an assembly line type of situation where you could turn around and have a wall panel, and you could move it down, and the laser be lit on it the whole time. And someone could be doing the plumbing, someone could be doing other aspects to it, and it follows it the whole time.
And are you seeing more companies try and incorporate MEPs into their wall panel systems?
Absolutely. I mean, that's, the more value, the more that you can do in the shop is better, for everybody, because, out at the job site, it's getting more difficult to find people. This way you're basically reducing the turnaround time. So from the time that you got the shovel in the ground to the time that you're handing the keys to the customer, it greatly reduces with innovations such as this.
Sure. And will the lasers actually help you lay out the plumbing lines and everything else if you want them to?
Absolutely.
He just says yes to everything. I got to find a way to stump this guy. No, I think it's great, and technology is going to be the future, especially with the lack of skilled labor. We talk about it on the show all of the time, and now we have a laser system that not only just shines in one area, you can virtually move it just by having a little card, and it's going to lay out the MEPs. Dean, I think you guys are doing some amazing stuff.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, so tell us, how many days are you going to be here? All week till Friday?
Yeah.
All week till Friday.
Yep.
And if I want to have somebody reach out to you, just go to your website, Vertec.
That's correct. Yeah. And my name's on there exactly with my email address and my phone number.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Dean Kirk. Thanks, everybody else here. You guys are doing awesome work.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you. Have a great show. Good. All right. Good morning. How are you? Some fist bumps here. How you guys doing? So Dave and who else we have? John. It's nice to meet you both. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing here and about the company? Let me come over on this side so I can get you on.
There you go. So for every truss plant, you have a team of designers that take the blueprints that a builder brings in and they input it all into the truss design software and create their drawings for their trusses and their wall panels. And in our case, we work specifically with the Mitek software. But the problem that truss plants run into is that they don't always have enough designers on staff. And if they can find a designer to hire, they may not need them all the time because then they get caught up. And so what we are an authorized Mitek service provider to provide design outsourcing for Mitek users. So if you're using the Mitek software, then you can access our service to send us your blueprints. We match the version of Mitek that the truss plant's using. We capture all of their default data. So we have all of their plate settings and lumber settings. We're basically a virtual employee. And they can use us whenever they need us. And then when they get caught up with their in-house designers, they don't have to use us. And then if a builder shows up with 10 blueprints and suddenly needs a quick quote and they don't have enough designers, then we're right there to help out.
Yeah, so this is amazing, right? Because everybody's struggling with labor and to include design labor. We're all super busy in this industry right now. So you guys are offering services to help them kind of increase their productivity on the back end so they can put more things out the door.
We consider ourselves a relief valve for their existing staff. So when they get overloaded in a pinch, we're right there to help. And then when they get caught up, they're good to go. So,
and how many employees are with Component Runner?
Well, we embase a team-based project. So we have U.S.-based project managers. We have about 9 project managers who are working out of their home offices across the country. Guys like John. John's one of our oldest and most senior expert project managers. He's probably the best. Yeah, senior in experience. Young at heart, senior in experience. And so he has a team of customers that work directly with him. And we pair that up with a design team that we work with offshore that can also do the data entry. But our US-based project managers keep their eye on the work all day long. Every day we get progress files from our design team to make sure the quality's there and it's exactly what the customer needs. So we can put a lot of jobs through the system. And because the project managers are all virtual, they're all across the country, people can get us just via email or WebEx or Skype. Yeah. They don't have to actually come to our office and turn in the jobs. So
I'm a manufacturer. I just found out about you on the Dave Cooper Live show. And I say, all right, well, I really need some help. Walk me through the process because not everybody uses the same software. Not everybody has the same process. Their lines aren't all set up the same. How does this actually work?
Well, again, we chose in the beginning, my brother and I started Component Runner. He worked for Mitek for 21 years in a technical aspect with the software and working with customers as a tech rep. I was in a Mitek truss plant for 15 years, so I was a designer. And we knew we wanted to stay in the Mitek realm. So we only work with Mitek manufacturers. Just makes it simple. We don't have to learn a bunch of different software platforms. And so they can come to componentrunner.com and they would send us an inquiry email and we'd get on a phone, find out what their needs are, whether they need wall panel design or floor truss or roof truss or I-joist or even material takeoffs. And then we would set them up with one of our project managers. And we have an interview process that I conduct where I capture their default files. I figure out what version of the software they're running because everybody's running a different version at any given time. And we go through a customer design preferences interview and figure out how do they like to label their trusses? Do they bevel their jacks? And, basically they train us how they want things done. And then we mimic that for them. We become a virtual employee. So that's a couple-hour process to get them set up. But once our guys are set up, then they can start sending work through. They just log into our website, fill out a new job form, upload their files, and we get it on our end and get the work done.
All right. So, there's a value. So if you're using a lot of the Mitek equipment, these truss manufacturers, panel manufacturers can then outsource to you guys. I think it's amazing. Yeah. It's kind of that added benefit for that. Sure.
Yeah. Well, we're in our 14th year. We've done over 9,000 jobs for over 350 truss plants across the country and Canada as well.
So that means you know what you're talking about?
Well, we're always learning new things, yes, but we've managed to pull it off for 14 years, and we have a pretty good system that we feel pretty comfortable with. Yeah, and our project managers are really the key to our success. So these guys are great. These are all industry veterans that have been in the truss industry for 10 years or more. And I think even right now, our most inexperienced project managers got 15 years of experience.
So what is the most exciting thing that you're seeing so far at BCMC this year that you haven't maybe seen in the past? What's all the buzz for you?
Well, for us, because we are sort of a virtual company and we deal with emails and phone calls, we don't get to see our customers face to face all the time. So it's a real joy to be here and have some of our regulars come by and shake their hand and see them. It's always good to see the new technology too, because these are things that our customers are going to be using in their plant. And, our design work will be supporting them when they use this equipment. So
there you have it. Component runner, if you are using a Mitek software machinery within your panelization truss plant and you need some additional help and resources to get your projects onto the plant floor, you guys are the folks to call, right? So componentrunner.com, is that it?
That's it. Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to head down here now. That's Jennifer's guiding us along. All right. Mitch, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Fist bump.
Yes, sir.
So, Mitch, so far this is exciting. The show floor is starting to finally pack in here this morning. The doors just opened up, so we're seeing a lot of people come through. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what EIS does?
So what we do is we're involved with the Wizard automation, which is something that we put into new machines as well as use in existing machines. And what you see on display here is an example of the versatility that it has. It's a new machine that we came out with a couple of years ago for doing a certain type of trusses, but largely it's all about the automation of the customer's assembly tables.
So automation, let's talk about this a little bit. When you talk about automation, walk me through what that means for this machine.
So what that means is that in the past, you see the manual black jigging on the table. Yeah. People used to have to bring that in to the perimeter of the truss, do the setup. It would take them probably 15 to 20 minutes, and then they would build a few trusses and have to tear down and do it again. With the automation, it's done in under 20 seconds. Right. So it's a big deal. It's very big deal.
And with this table, I see that. Why don't we walk down this way, Matt? If you can go down there, and we'll stand in front of some of this so we can take a look at it. So I see the table set up. It has the actual jigs and everything for it.
So what we have is this machine is hydraulic, which is a little different. It can press a truss on edge, a 4x2 truss, as well as at the same time a small jack, because it comes down vertically. So what they build on this machine is all their smaller trusses. They get those off of their large production table. It's easier, more efficient to build on the smaller table, which is now has the benefit of the automation versus the manual jigging that it used to.
Got it. So this is just an example of what the manual used to be. Now what we're seeing here with the red pins coming up and the red dowels is actually automated. So you plug it in, it pops up. They know where to lay down their wood for the truss.
It's downloaded from their engineering department. They just call up the next job, hit a button, sets up the perimeter, and away they go.
Got it. So no lasers needed for this table.
They can use lasers, and they do use laser, and that helps with the keeping the people trained, so they have a visual of where connector plates go and things like that. So.
With the setup of a table like this, and I see with the plate, is this also going to roll the plates onto the trusses?
So what it does is they put the connector plate on. That machine has a vertical hydraulic 50-ton platen. The connector plate in one pass, it's fully embedded. Pressing this, the product is ready to go. They don't have to send it through a roller.
So Mitch, talk me through time savings that from doing it manual, automating that for a manufacturer and getting things out the door.
If you look over there, that will show you a very specific example, that sign that shows manual jigging. Do you want to?
Yeah, we can walk over there real quick and take a look. So let's go demonstration. Sorry if we're moving a little quick for everybody out there. Hopefully we're.
This is probably the best illustration. This is probably the best illustration we have that shows if you're doing manual jigging, here's the amount of time you're going to be spending in setup, and there's your build time. When you put the wizard in with the 15-20 second setup, everything turns to build time. So
Got it.
this gives you an example of what that means in real life to the fabricator that is
So
building.
let me just walk over here and point this out to everybody. All right, so this manual jigging, this is your build time here, and this is your setup time in the black. So as you can see, the black's a good, over about a quarter of it, if not more, right? It's more than a quarter of this. So using the wizard setup in the table that you have, now you can see the black is only this little pin needle side of this. So this means productivity has just increased by that much visually. Right.
They lose the setup time.
So we're looking at 20, 25, 30, 25%, 20, when you look at it like a clock. Yeah. Right. There it is. Yep.
13.5 minutes. That's if they're doing well. And you eliminate that with the wizard. You have a 15-second setup. So what you can produce at the end of the day is substantially more.
That is substantial. So Mitch, what are you looking the most excited about here at BCMC 2021?
Getting together with our industry friends and partners. So it's really been good.
It has. I mean, it's so valuable because the conversation and seeing what other people are doing, it just helps us all get better. Yes.
Absolutely. Yep. Sure does.
So if somebody wanted to reach out to you, Mitch, how do they get a hold of you, the company, to take a deeper look into what you offer?
So they can just type in Wizard PDS and or ID Machinery, ID Integrated, and we'll come up on the website, and away you go. Give us a call.
Well, hey, listen, Mitch, I appreciate you letting us come into your booth and showcasing what you do. We'll see you soon. All right, here we go. We're going to go over this way now. So let's walk over, and we're going to head to Mitek next. All right, we're going to Mitek. We're going to go around the truck this way so we don't lose signal, and we'll slow down. I'm sure we're making everybody a little bit dizzy. All right, let's go over here. All right. How about Matt, you come on this side over here so we keep our line of sight going real well. All right, I have a feeling I'm getting set up for some virtual reality or something here. Is that what I'm hearing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Doing good. Nice to meet you, Benjamin. All right, so you're with Mitek.
I am.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing here?
Sure. Well, I'm the global product portfolio manager for services, and what we're trying to show off is our virtual reality and augmented reality technology. So essentially, it gives our clients and customers an opportunity to see the models they've designed, interact with them, really immerse themselves into them, identify opportunities, issues, and make adjustments as necessary prior to going to the field and realizing it. So fix it in the computer. Don't worry about it in the field.
So walk me through what that truly means, right? So I get you the virtual reality. These look like Oculus, type glasses you put on. And I've done, if you haven't done the VR stuff, it's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Walk me through what this is going to do for the folks in the field.
Yeah. So what we have as a setup here, and you can kind of see on the screen here, is we've done a complete simulation of a truss plant setup. So essentially, these are linked into this experience. So when we put these on, you're actually going to be able to go inside, walk around, identify every piece of equipment, mark up or identify any issues, make sure if we need to make edits or changes. So from a truss perspective or a truss plant layout, it helps you to optimize if you're choosing your plant layout. On a building-based thing, we can bring in the structure, the architecture, the MEP, and do a full collaboration review model similar to a structural framing walk, but we can do it virtually months ahead of time before ground's even broken.
No kidding. So, and the people that are on this project can actually see if there's any conflicts, where the walkthrough is, things they need to pay attention to, which otherwise wouldn't show up just on a piece of paper.
That's absolutely correct. And the other beauty of this technology is you don't need to be right next to each other. Obviously, we will be. You could be states over, countries over, and it links you in, and you're interacting with the avatars just as if you're within the space with a group of people.
So is that something I can try and they can watch me do it on this?
I've got you set up right here, so let's get into the quest.
Perfect. Here, hold this and west.
All right, so let's unplug this for you. All right,
Oh, so
and
I don't
then
have to be wired in.
you do not have to be wired in. So that'll go, so you can see the room in black and white now.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
yeah.
so here's the red. Okay, you got them. So if you look to your left, you see a boundary on the floor.
Right here.
So step through this boundary, follow my voice, step through, and now you're in the truss plant. So it should connect you, and you should be able to look around and see the truss plant.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
There you are. And if you can see here, here's his avatar that just appeared into the plant. So yeah, you can walk freely and move around. If you get to an edge, a boundary will appear, but you can start to tour, walk up to equipment, understand what you're looking at.
Complete complete framing table.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
and I got a wall saying "Don't get hurt."
Yep. So if you walk through that, you'll be out of the experience. But
Right,
yes.
right.
Yep.
And so yeah, I can see all of this.
Yep.
And then I see Ben, the host, right here.
Yep. So I'm watching you from afar.
Right.
So this gives you that capability. I mean, how immersive is this? I mean,
I
you're
feel
in the
like
space.
I actually do we have the mic? You got to hold the mic.
Oh yes. Yeah. There you go.
So from an immersive perspective, I mean, I'm literally, I mean, I'm in the factory.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
all the way around.
Yeah.
All the way around.
So imagine the capabilities, making the decisions, understanding your product, whether it's a truss plant, whether it's a framing of a house or a complete collaborative system.
Yeah. So, because I can't see you, I'm seeing this. Makes when you hold the mic, hold it to your mouth, and then hold it to me when I'm speaking. So, what am I looking at here? It looks like I have options and I have the buttons here. What does this allow me to do? Read instructions?
So you're an external user, so you have the ability to cut sections and identify products. But if you were a full user of this, like I am the host, we could identify it. I'll tell you every part and piece of equipment. We could do any red line markup, record the meeting, identify any adjustments that need to happen. So it's a full interactive tool capability for you to be able to understand you and your team and make sure you make the best decisions possible.
And I see that by moving the joysticks around, I can get through menus and turn things on, turn things off. Oh, this is super cool.
Yeah.
This is the future of construction here.
Yes, it is.
Somebody walking into a facility and fixing things and they don't need to know a thing about it. Could somebody join me virtually in this if I needed help?
Yes, I could actually go over and put a headset on and join you and be right next to you and identifying. So we've had teams of 15, 20 people at the same time in this model, make all the decisions. And if you're fixing it in the computer, not in the field. So it's going to cost a lot less time and money.
So my initial reaction to this is, one, this is the greatest factory in the world because you got blue skies and, the sun shining in. It's always sunny in the 70 in a factory, right? But literally, I can see all the different lines you have here. And it looks like there's 3, maybe 4 lines set up in this factory.
That's correct. Yeah.
Sorry, from what I can see.
That's correct.
Right? And it's a big factory, too. Well, cool.
Yep.
Thank you so much for that experience.
You're very welcome.
Hey, why don't you
I'll
take
trade
this?
with you.
Yeah. All right. So I ended up over there from where I was. I think this is I think it's an amazing experience to be able to walk through a factory that way. And I think if somebody hasn't done it, they should at least reach out to you guys and really understand what VR means. Because I know we have a lot of people that's been in this industry a long time and they're gonna be like, we've been doing it this way forever.
Right.
But that right there alone, especially if I'm building a new manufacturing facility or even running it, my guess is you can optimize the way people move, the way the lines run, and visually walk your way through before spending a whole lot of money and time.
Absolutely. And this is more of the visual manifestation of it. But when you link it into full BIM technology, you can 3D scan your facility, get it extremely accurate, optimize your layout, quantify all your values, and then load it into this program so everyone can understand and collaborate with it.
Right. Well, listen, Benjamin, I appreciate you letting me have that experience. So Mitek is in the VR space as well. This is super cool. I can't only imagine what we're going to run into here next. So let's walk over this way. Hi there.
Hi,
Kate. I'm Dave Cooper. We're doing fist bumps today. Yeah, so I know everybody's I've been shaking too, but we're on live on camera here. Kate.
You're not wearing
No.
the bracelet.
No, I am.
Okay.
It's in. See?
It's yellow.
Well, all right. So, Kate, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do here at Mitek?
Okay. So what we're doing today is demos at the component manufacturing suite. So we're doing the business management. We're showing the new features of our business management software. We're also showing new features of our structure with Truss design software. What we'll do is we'll take you from the quoting stage all the way into the design stage, and then from there to scheduling and then production. So we're going to take you through the whole process. We can do a demo today. Just come down to the booth.
So walk us through. So I'm new and I want to see what Mitek can do for my manufacturing or components industry. I'm going to give Kate a call here. Kate, tell me what my process is going to be.
A customer is going to call you and want to build a home, and you're going to put that information into our business management software so that you can track that customer. Then you're going to assign a designer to give them a quote for whatever they're looking for. They're going to go into our structure suite and they're going to design the home. They're going to give that quote back to them. You're going to get that bid, and then that bid's going to come in, and then we're going to schedule it through our our management software again. Schedule it, send it out to production. You're going to get your sticks. You're going to build your trusses. You're going to schedule delivery, and you're going to ship them the pieces of their home and build them a home.
And everybody's happening. So in layman's term, not only is Mitek helping you figure out all the pieces of the process through, you're also helping with the life cycle of the customer's experience, kind of like a CRM.
Yes, sir. We certainly are.
Right. I think that's a big deal, is having that life cycle experience, and you know, especially with a consumer working with a builder or manufacturer or whoever it's going to be able to feel comfortable with that full walkthrough.
Yeah, and if you want to see it, please come down. Please come take a tour. We'd love to show you all the software pieces that we have and the new features we've done over the last couple of years. It's pretty incredible.
I can only imagine. It's like VR, right? So, and you're doing it in in virtual and 3D, so you can do the virtual walkthroughs and everything that else that comes with it, and they can share that with the client as well. Yes.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And that's the hardest thing for the consumer out there, is to visualize. You know, us in the building industry, we're pretty visual people. This is why we build. This is why we use our hand. But when you're dealing with the public and others that aren't in this space, 3D and virtual reality is a game changer when it comes to actually getting people to move forward with building.
Right. They want to know where there's errors in design before that design process happens. So as long as we can help you see the things that we're designing for you up front, you can find those and finish those so that there's no problems in the field.
Sure. Well, Kate, thanks so much. And if you are here, come see Kate. Come over here, and we'll show you how the whole process runs together. I can see it's busy over there. I don't know if you can slowly pan over and just show, but they're doing a lot of demos now. But Kate, we're going to walk over here. It looks like we're going to talk to Tim Turner next and go from there. Thank you so much. All right. Hey, Tim, Dave Cooper. Nice to meet you.
You too, Dave. How are you?
Good. So, Tim, tell us what you do here.
I'm a portfolio manager focused on the automation. Okay. So anything that has to do with automation, I'm constantly making sure that we're going the right direction, right solutions, taking care of customer needs.
So does that cover virtual reality all the way through the design, or are we talking about manufacturing automation?
Manufacturing automation. So the big blue equipment is basically what it comes down to.
Which we can see behind us here. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we walk over here and stand in front of some of the equipment, and we'll be good. All right. We just got to go slow. We got a bunch of people checking out your booth. Yeah, it is a crowded booth. Watch the sign there. All right. Oh, look at this. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get a better view up here. What's going on? We're going to start with this one right here in the middle. It's the centerpiece of the.
Hey, Matt, why don't you come around this side here, and we'll go stand with this in the background. Sorry about that. Are we in your way? All right. So talk to me. Let me go here. Talk to us a little bit about what we got here.
So this whole system is called a direct drive. This is our top of the line automation. Typically, it had been developed to manage the manufacturing of roof trusses. Okay. Consists of several different machines. One to pick lumber, obviously a saw to cut the lumber, and then a system of conveyors to deliver the lumber to where it's needed.
So this is fully automated, from picking the lumber, delivering the lumber, placing the lumber, cutting the lumber, and
fully automated. Now, certainly there's some folks that have to monitor the operation of the saw, but we've taken the human factor out of picking lumber and getting bunks to the right place. Okay. And so, yeah, we can reduce the amount of people required to create a roof truss.
Sure. Let's walk over here where they're walking in, and we'll just stand so we don't get in everybody's way. Sure. And then, Matt, if you come over this way, we can show the saw. Why don't you come over this way a little bit for me? And that way we can showcase what they're doing here. And I'll just stand right here. So tell us what's happening right now.
Well, that's the blade saw. That is the heart and soul of the system.
Okay.
Obviously, it's our top of the line linear saw.
Sure.
It's really a computer with a saw blade attached to it, is what I like to tell people. Right. And all of the software and everything that we've talked to the other GPMs about, this is where the rubber hits the road. We take all that information about what trusses look like, what the look like, and this is where they become members for the roof truss.
For the roof truss.
Yeah. So this machine is actually talking to this portion of the machine to say, which lumber do I need to pick to put through this saw in order to cut the right members? Once it's through there, it goes down a conveyor system, and we have a delivery system that pushes it to the appropriate manufacturing. So instead of having carts of lumber being pushed around, we're actually delivering it right to the assembly center.
Got it. So, and this with no human touch once it's loaded.
Once you get the lumber in and you get everything set up, and the sawyer pushes the button on the saw, it can be largely automated. We do like to have a monitor monitoring the saw just in case, but by and large, we've removed the people out of the process.
Except for the people that have to run and monitor the machines and make sure it's all set up.
We really don't even think of it as a sawyer anymore. It's a person who is just sort of monitoring the whole system and happens to understand the way the saw operates too.
Sure. All right, let's walk over on this side and show some more. And Matt, you can just take your time, and there's a lot of people behind you. Just go slow and watch your step.
Here at the show, we're actually cutting lumber and pushing it to two different areas. Yeah. So we have a pusher there in the middle that can actually shoot lumber this way or the other direction. Okay. In this case, we're emulating shooting wall panel parts to a framing table.
All right. So here we are at the other end of this saw. So
Yeah,
this
just
is
an accumulation conveyor.
just accumulation.
Yep, just to get the right material in the right order to the right location.
Great. So, and what do we have behind us on this side? Maybe you can show that,
This is
Matt.
a wall panel framer. Mitek has had a relationship with Panels Plus for quite a few years, so we partnered with them to bring their framer to the show again to sort of emulate a wall panel CDS direct drive system, so that people could get an idea. Hey, cut your members, get them to the framer, and let's go on with the process.
Yeah, love it. Let's keep walking back over this way so we can get a full view. Jen, just tell us where we're going to stop at here and go through. So you guys have a huge booth here. And Matt, what I want you to do is go back a little bit further. And can you slowly pan from that side over there across so they can see how much Mitek has going on?
It's a lot of effort, roughly 7 trucks worth of equipment. And dozens of people. So a lot of effort goes into putting this all together.
Yeah, sure is. And I see on this far end, we got floor cassettes. Is that a floor cassette?
That is a floor cassette. So we want to make sure that people understand our capabilities from a wood web or even a metal web floor system.
Sure. And I mean, I think it's amazing. You definitely have the biggest space in here. You guys are involved in so much automation, the virtual reality, all of these different things. It's amazing because this is where our industry needs to go.
In internal Mitek, we think there's a whole lot of innovation that can come out of this. There's strides to be made, and it's a commitment from Mitek to take care of doing that. So it's important to us.
Well, and you guys have been doing it a long time.
We have, it's been a successful. Even the automation business has been a successful portion of our business, and we're making a double commitment to making it even more. With more automation, more projects, more engineers, the whole deal. So it's very important for us. It's one of our pillars.
So I know you guys are one of the biggest in the industry when it comes to advancing our industry and the tech and everything. What are you looking forward to seeing at BCMC 2021?
2021. Well, first of all, we haven't seen people for so long. It's nice to see the people again. The group of even Mitek folks who you haven't had a chance to sit face to face and talk to. So that's always nice. And then just the ability to bring some new equipment and let our sales team and our other folks understand what we're doing internally. And then, of course, that translates out to the customer, so they get to see what's going on too. Yeah.
Well, listen, we really appreciate you having us and letting us tour your booth, Tim. You guys are doing amazing stuff. You're going to see us more often while we're here. I'm sure we'll be swinging by live on occasion, showcasing, and we appreciate Mitek letting us spend some time here.
It's been great. I will say the system runs about every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to come by and see an actual live demonstration, we'll be
Sure.
cutting lumber and shipping it to the right location. So
Perfect. Thanks so
very
much.
cool. Thank you.
All right.
Nice to meet
Appreciate you. Yeah. Nice to meet you as
Have a great
well.
day.
We'll see you around the show. All right, everybody. Listen, that is the first glimpse to BCMC 2021. 2021. We're getting back into the groove with all the automation, all the visualization. We're going to be live again at 12 o'clock. Jennifer's showing me some stuff. Just walk back a little bit. Do we have some comments? Okay, we're good, Jen says. So with that said, tune back in at 12 for our regularly scheduled show. We have an important announcement coming up. A big player just got into our industry with some large investments, and I think a lot of you are going to be surprised to hear who invested in the company. So we will see you at 12, let me get this right, Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. My name is Dave Cooper. We'll see you later. Thanks now.